All right, family. I hope you're doing well today. This is day 5 of Velocity Banking with a credit card at 18% interest. I'm just going to do a brief recap and then let you know where we're at today. So let's get this party started. All right. So in general, Velocity Banking with a credit card. I'm using an 18% credit card. I took out a cash advance of $18.60 from that credit card and paying about 92 cents a day in interest. As opposed to some other credit cards that maybe 4 or 5%, $4 or $5 per day. My income, $3,364 in California in general. That's for the entire month. My expenses, not everything is here because this is the first month with Velocity Banking. So far about $2,475.02. My cash flow from my take home in general about 889, but it's probably much lower than that because I haven't put in all my expenses. I started late at the end of the month, so we're gonna see how it goes in general. So now that we're up to speed, let's go ahead and start on what we have today. So this is day 5, and day 5 and what we have is 6,200. That's what we started off at, 6,200. And as before, I took that cash advance, and that left us with 4340. So that's the available credit that I have on the credit card. Now, that 1860 that I took from the credit card, I placed it into Wells Fargo and I paid off 3 credit cards, Discover, Patel, and Walmart. That came up to 1720. So that left me $140 from the 1860 cash advance, but I paid off 3 credit cards. That was again Discover, Walmart, and Patel. Patel, one of them. Okay, so that's it. So one of the purposes for me paying those off was when I was in the process of getting a HELOC and I was not successful with that, it was recommended that I pay off the credit cards. So I went ahead and said, okay, how can I pay off the credit card? Well, let me take this cash advance, pay off the credit cards, and now on my credit report, I only have my automobile, student loan. I think those are the only 2, but we'll get back to that. So again, 140 left in Wells Fargo as a result of this cash advance. Now, in using Velocity Banking, you also will have to put back some charges onto the card and subtract them from your income. So I got paid the second of my bi-weekly paychecks of this amount, and I took that amount, which was 1686. So here's my check, 1686, and I borrowed 1860 from the card. That left me with 140 balance. So once I took my paycheck from every 2 weeks, so I get paid every 2 weeks, 1686. This was the second one. I took that second paycheck, put it against the credit card, and I was left with a balance of $140 on the credit card. Okay. Now, in addition to that, in a previous video, I paid for electricity. I was able to pay using the credit card, gas, groceries, and some other things. That came up to $294. So that's also going on the card because I'm not using cash. I'm taking my entire paycheck. I dumped it onto the credit card. This was the balance after my check was dumped. And these are some expenses so far, not all my expenses, but some. These are just some of the expenses. Okay. So I got some of my expenses in general. So I made another payment onto the credit card yesterday because I had direct deposit, and in my direct deposit, one bank was able to give me my money on the 25th of this month, and another bank was gave it to me on the 26th. So I dumped 1280 and 400 in here. So that was two dumps, 1280 and 400, two dumps of my paycheck. So one of the lessons learned, I need to get one account for direct deposit if I can, so I get my money earlier, so I can reduce the average daily balance. Because everything that we're doing is operating off of the average daily balance. So initially, 1860 from the credit card. I took that the first 22nd of 24. So I had an average daily balance running for at least 2 days. The 23rd, the 24th, got paid on the 25th, and I dumped the first 1200. So that brought down the average daily balance 1860 minus 1280. That left 580. So right here, the average daily balance started running $580 that night. So then the 26th, I got paid that Friday. I dumped the 400 here. So then the average daily balance became 180. So that's one of the things that they talk about. By using velocity banking and making dumps into your account, you're breaking the amortization schedule and the daily interest rate. So 1, 2, 3. I had 3 days at 1860, 1 day at 580, and now from here, 180, and from here until it's going to be whatever expenses I put on. So from the 26th, I got that 180, added 294 in expenses, and any other expenses that I put in on. So until I get paid again on the 2/11/24, again, until I get paid on the 2/11/24, I'll put that here, 2/11/24, next payday. All the charges that I make on the card is going to go to my average daily balance. So let's just say hypothetically, today's the 27th. So let's say 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so from the 27th on down to February the 10th, before I get paid, it's going to run up my average daily balance. So I may buy gas, $10. I may buy lunch, $20. I may pay insurance, $40. Gas, lunch. I may go back to the grocery store again, spend $100. Now I'm trying to make sure that all my cash is on the card and I'm using it. So there's one card here. I'm gonna charge back everything on here, and that's gonna bring up my average daily balance. So it's going back up. But if I would have only taken the 1860 and just make a regular monthly payment of say $50, then I'll be left with 1810, and they'll take out the interest and the principal. So I won't make a payment until the 11th of this of February. So 2/11/24. If I just wait, I've been being charged an average daily balance, then I'll make a $50 payment. So back to the again, average daily balance is being calculated. So 294, 294 in general. Then it'll start ticking down. All right. So that'll give us 214, 2 in general, and it just goes so on, and so on. So that's very important. And the key term that we've already covered is the average daily balance. So yeah, so I'm gonna just leave that off, and we can pick that up later. But yeah, this is what I have so far. I'm definitely feeling good in the sense that I'm running at this time going back. The card is going back up, but it's a lower amount than if I would have simply paid $50. Wait to pay $50 here on the 11th. So yeah, I can probably really see some progress that's really going to happen here, in general. So even with in California, my take home 333.64.70. California is considered a high expensive state by some people. In general, with that, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna move things around. My ultimate goal is to go back to my 3 mortgages that I'm still paying on at 140. I think I'm at $144,000 now. So one of the things is just going back and improving my credit, improving my score, increasing my debt to income ratio. I started with trying to get a HELOC all in one loan. Because of my expenses on my business side, that was not viable. So I had to come up with another strategy. Just heard about velocity banking on the internet, started doing some reading. And I'm like, okay, let me see, as an experiment. This is the second one running in financial products, then see how it works. So please share your experiences or let me know what you think about it. And if I can work with you, have a couple of clients that I'm working with, wanted to work through these processes in general. If you like to work with me, help improve your credit, maybe receive some small micro loans or become a authorized user on one of my aged accounts, so like 20 some years. I had my first client and their score went up about 80 to 100 points within I'll say about 2 months, in general, as a result of being an authorized user. So I'd love to help you, love to work with you. Please give me a contact or a call and let's see what we can do. This is Dr. Financial Literacy. Oh, and one more thing as a disclaimer, I am an experimental political economist. I am not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor nor an attorney. Please check with those individuals for more professional advice. I'm just giving you my real world experimental processes that I've actually gone through using an actual card, taking out an actual loan, cash advance, using my actual salary. This is my salary monthly in California, um, in general. All right. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.